All right, everyone, let's dive into something a little intense today, something that everyone, especially if you're in certain parts of the world, kind of has in the back of their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We're talking about tornadoes, and we're going to look at this book, Tornado Ready, a comprehensive guide to storm safety.
By Rock Jane.
Yeah, exactly, by Rock Jane.
Yeah.
And, it's funny how something like a tornado, it can be so unpredictable.
Oh, absolutely. And when they hit, the devastation is, well, it's incredible.
Well, it's no joke. So today we're going to get into like how to be ready, how to minimize the risk, how to face those situations, those emergencies, hopefully with a little more confidence.
Yeah, because most people just think about surviving a tornado, but this book is about so much more than that.
Right. It's like proactive versus reactive, like taking control instead of just hoping for the best.
Exactly. That's what Tornado Ready is all about. It's really about empowerment.
So one of the things that really jumped out at me was how much the book talks about like weather patterns and like recognizing warning signs.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff does the book does it give you like specific things to look for?
It goes way beyond, just look for a funnel cloud.
Mhm.
It really delves into the science behind the weather, and it helps you understand the atmospheric conditions that are often like the precursors to a tornado. Did you know that like a greenish sky can be a sign that a tornado is coming?
A green sky.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It sounds kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it explains how like the sunlight interacts with the water droplets in the storm clouds, and under certain conditions, it can create this like eerie green hue.
So it's like nature's own warning system.
It really is. It's pretty cool.
Wow. I'm going to be looking for green skies now.
You and everyone else.
That's awesome. It really, I guess it just highlights how important it is to know what to look for.
Right. Exactly. And the book goes even deeper than that. It explains like the different levels of tornado warnings. Like you've probably heard of a tornado watch and a tornado warning.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm not sure I could really like tell you the difference.
Yeah, a lot of people can't. And this book breaks it down really clearly. So a watch means conditions are favorable for a tornado to form. So it's like, okay, time to start paying close attention, get ready. But a warning means a tornado has either been sighted, like someone saw it, or it's been indicated by radar. And that means it's time to take shelter, like immediately.
Okay, so watch, be aware, warning, take cover.
Exactly.
Got it.
Perfect.
So then that kind of leads into, I know the book talks a lot about safe rooms, right? Like
Yeah.
having a designated safe room.
Absolutely. Ideally on the lowest level of your home, away from windows and reinforced if possible.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's all about putting as many barriers between you and the storm as you can.
Right. And then, it's one thing to like have your own plan, but what about, if you have a family?
Oh, that's crucial.
What if people are in different places, when a warning happens?
Communication is key. And the book talks a lot about developing a communication plan with your family.
That's so smart because like what if you can't get through on the phone?
Exactly. Cell service could be down, lines could be jammed. So it's, you got to think ahead.
So what does the book suggest?
Well, it encourages families to have like a designated meeting point, maybe a relative's house or a community shelter that's outside the potential path of the storm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And establishing check-in procedures using text messages or social media because those are often more reliable than phone calls during emergencies.
Right, because it's like data versus like an actual voice connection, right?
Exactly. So you've got multiple ways to connect, even if the traditional lines are down.
That's really smart.
And then, of course, we can't talk about tornado preparedness without talking about emergency kits.
Yeah, the emergency kit, that was like a whole big section of the book. It gave you like a really practical checklist.
Oh, for sure.
And it made me think about this one time. We had a really bad storm. Not even a tornado, just like a big thunderstorm that knocked the power out for like 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And we were like scrambling for flashlights, batteries, candle. It was chaos.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like, man, if I had just like had that kit ready to go, it would have made a world of
It
difference.
really does. It's one thing to know what to do, but having those supplies actually available changes everything.
Right, because when it hits, you don't have time to think.
Exactly.
You got to just react.
You got to be ready.
So it's not just about the physical stuff, right?
Right.
The book also talks about like the mental and emotional side of things.
Absolutely.
Because tornadoes, I mean, they can be scary.
Absolutely terrifying.
So how does the book address that?
Well, first of all, it encourages you to acknowledge those feelings of fear and anxiety. Don't try to suppress them, they're natural. And then it talks about practical things you can do to manage those feelings, like practicing relaxation techniques, deep breathing exercises,
Yeah.
even visualizing yourself successfully navigating a tornado, like mental rehearsal.
Like training your brain to not
Ex-
panic. Right.
Exactly. It's about building resilience. So when a tornado does hit, you're not just reacting, you're responding with a clear head.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense.
It's all about being in control.
So it's really about being prepared on all fronts, like
Mm.
physically, mentally, in terms of communication, having that community support. I really appreciate how this book, it takes like a holistic approach.
It does, and that ties back to its core message, proactive safety and preparation. That's how you face a tornado emergency with confidence.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway for everyone listening is have a plan, understand the warning signs, and build that resilience. It's empowering. And it might surprise you how even small actions can make you feel so much more prepared. So think about it. What's one little step you can take today, right now, today, to be just a little bit more ready for a tornado? Maybe it's designating that safe room or having that family meeting about communication, or maybe it's just checking the batteries in your flashlight. Whatever it is, take that step, because being prepared, it can make all the difference. And if you want a comprehensive guide, definitely check out Tornado Ready, a comprehensive guide to storm safety by Rock Jane. It's really packed with valuable information. And thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.